Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking this video. Thank you very much for taking time out to watch me do what I do. Okay, you should know, caffeine. Sunday morning, it's time to get ready with me. So for those who are new here, welcome to the family. Thank you very much for stopping by. I hope you won't be a stranger. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe after this video. Before you get into this video or whilst you're in this video, thumbs up, yeah? And subscribe. I've been trying to record some content for the past 2 weeks and it's just not been vibing, as in like I'm just not feeling it. I would record, feel some kind of way, edit it, and it's like no. We're here today, we're gonna try again. We're gonna keep on trying again. As you see, the face is prepped. It has been really hot these days and the skin is looking glowy, it's looking healthy, it feels good, it feels plumped. My skin seems to be, apart from these couple boo-boos here, because I had my monthly visit, the skin is not looking too bad. So let's go and beat the face. Literally, I have less than an hour left on my memory card and I really can't bother to like switch it out right now. So we're gonna beat this face in less than 40 minutes. And we're going to use products that I've kind of realized that I really love. So this video is basically a full face with my current favorite products. Some of them are new, but they're not new because I've been using them whilst I've been trying to record. Nothing's changed with primer. Well, I was using the Makeup Revolution X Plastic Boy a couple times, but now I've gone back to finish off the rest of this e.l.f. to kind of like get that like used up so I can open a new one. I did want to do like a video where I kind of like, not introduce myself, but like speak on myself. Oh, I'm going into the, Jesus, with the dropping. So I'm going into the Milk Pore Eclipse Mattifying Primer, and you're just gonna go in the center of the face. This primer is actually really good. I used it yesterday for like a full day wear. Literally the same 2 primers. And my makeup stayed on for a very long time. And I was out in the sun, talking, sharing some tea. And as we're getting into like the autumnal stages of the year, I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, we're going into the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup Foundation from obviously Estee Lauder. And I'm in the shade 8N1. I need to get a pump. So I'm just going... I'm spreading this foundation. This foundation does not move, as in like medium coverage, but it gives instant full coverage. So now I'm going to go into my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. We're going to try and beat the face in 30 minutes. I'm just going to use my Sigma brush to blend this in. I'm going to rub it like this. But this foundation is so good, like look at it. Especially mixed with that spray. Oh my god, it's not gonna go anywhere. So today I might just go ahead and do an updo to some degree. I've combed out this hair and it's just kind of like setting, and then I'm gonna put it in one. But that's the vibe for today. But yeah, what do you guys want to see a video? Is it like a topic you want me to discuss? Whether it's to do with marriage, dating, adulting, lifing. As in, if there's anything, please let me know in the comment section below and I will try and do something around it. I know there was a comment a couple videos ago asking for a highlight and makeup routine, as in like a highlight routine. Let's just do that now. Okay, because I'm procrastinating when I'm going to do it, because I still need to do a full face of affordable makeup that's coming very soon, hopefully after this one. But let's get into this highlight and contour situation, especially the way I do it now. So we have the foundation on the face. You kind of want to make sure that it's well blended. If you have to bring it down your neck, do so. I do and I don't, depending on what I wear and depending on how I feel on that day. And so I'm now going to go into my concealer, which is a Lancome Tony Doll concealer, and this is the all over concealer in the shade 500 Suede. I believe it has a number 11 on there for some reason, but just in case, because the shade references are different depending on where you're from, like the country you're based in. So we're gonna go into this concealer. This concealer is so lightweight, it is full coverage, and it conceals very well. So this is kind of like where I would put this concealer. I mean, it doesn't really have to be even like that so much. And then just going to the normal areas where you want to highlight. So you don't have to use a lot of concealer because you're going to have to blend it, and where you're placing it is actually where you need it to kind of be more concentrated, if that makes sense. And the reason why I do this little situation, this is more of a reverse contour. It kind of highlights under your cheekbones so that your cheekbones can stand out even more. So center face is really where you want to get the light to be shown the most, and then you add dimensions around the face so that it can kind of give you a full sculpted look, I want to say, but not sculpted, a soft sculpted look, depending on what type of vibe you're going for. So most concealers, especially liquid concealers, you kind of want to let it sit for a while, but there are some concealers that perform like magic, like the One Size. Too Faced in this way, you can leave it on for some time to really get its full potential, but this concealer, you can start blending straight away, honey, okay? So I'm gonna use my foundation brush, especially for the parts where are kind of like the parameters of the face. So I'll be using my foundation brush to blend that concealer right here, this side here, and just kind of like the edges or parameters of where I've placed the concealer, so you kind of blend in with the foundation as well. So if you see, I'll start off on the edges just to kind of get a nice blend. You can see I've left the center almost like a spotlight effect. Just looks like it's highlight, there's light pointing there, but it's actually concealer. So I'm going to use is my foundation brush to continue to blend and then go over the top. And through that you can see that we've still got that spotlight highlight, but it's actually blended in to the foundation, so it's seamless. So you don't see where one starts and one begins. So I'm going to do the rest of my face with the same method. Again, just keeping it on the edges so that you have this seamless blend here compared to obviously when we haven't blended it. And for this part here, because I want it to be subtle, I'm just going to blend straight on top. Because we've left it for a couple minutes, we're gonna have more concentration where it's been placed. And then with the foundation brush, we still got residue, so it's gonna blend it out and allow it to kind of blend in with the background. And if you feel you got too much, if you got excess product on your brush, just use a paper towel to kind of like rub off the rest and then continue to blend. So as you can see, we're getting a seamless blend between foundation and concealer. And now to focus on the center part, just under the eyes, center the eyebrows and above the lip, I'll go into a smaller brush. They say concealer brush, but you can really use any brushes the way you want them, however you choose to use them. So this one is a Doll Beauty blending brush. I just used it yesterday, so that's why it's a bit stained. But it's such a nice fluffy brush. It kind of reminds me of the Real Techniques brush, a setting brush that people use to blend out the concealer. It's literally the same thing. It's very nice and it's very soft. I've got an eyelash. Oh yeah, and I've got lash extensions. If you obviously you guys can see, I've got it done. It's just about a week now, and I'm actually liking it. I've already booked in for my infill, but do you see that nice little focal centered brightness that we have going on? Even though our concealer is not that light, but it's just a nice kind of like tone for the foundation that we've used. This is a nice kind of like first base concealer to highlight under your eyes. And this is very beginner friendly. This concealer, this foundation, it doesn't dry up so fast, and you're able to kind of like not have to wait, so you don't have to gauge, okay, do I wait 30 seconds, 2 minutes? This one you could just blend straight away and it gives you super good, nice coverage. And look at it, stunning. So just gonna use our foundation brush again just to kind of continue the blend and make sure that we are not seeing where one starts and one begins. Seamless. For highlighting, I want to go into a cream concealer rather than a liquid concealer, and I'm going to use this one from NARS. This is Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Chestnut. I use Amman to carve out my brows, and this is just a bit brighter, and just kind of focus it. Because it's a cream, I don't need to let it sit. I'm just focusing it on where I want to add just a little bit of brightness. and that's just the center of the face. I'm not gonna go on my forehead, I'm not gonna go on my nose, I'm just gonna go under the eyes. That's where I just want just a little bit more brightness. Set the under eyes now. I'm going into One Size, and this is the Dark Deep setting powder, and I've been using a brush to kind of like start, because I feel like with a brush, especially me, I have fine lines, and just being able to get in with the brush to set under my eyes, I think it's just so much better than using a puff or a beauty blender. I mean, I can go into a beauty blender like after the fact. I feel like the brush targets those lines much better. You're able to just push in the product with the bristles. When you look up, everything's flat, and using the brush, you kind of lightly setting, and then you can build up so that it just doesn't look cloggy and cakey. And look how smooth that under eye is. It's like it reduces the appearance doing it this way, I think. I mean, you still get the lines, but you get less of product build up, if that makes sense. And I just go into the rest of the face with the same powder. So what you want to do is just set all the areas where you placed that concealer, or your concealer. And mostly depending on the shade that you want to use, you can use a lighter shade than this. You can use the likes of like Kunafa from Huda Beauty, Laura Mercier, Translucent Honey, or if you want to use Translucent Medium Deep. But yeah, just use a setting powder that you're kind of like comfortable with, and you're comfortable with the shade. And that's the face set. Super simple and easy. I do use a puff now and again, but I feel like using a brush today. Oh, I actually forgot to contour. As of recent, I've been going into this palette, and this is the MAC Studio Fix Conceal and Correct palette, the color shade Extra Deep. So I just use these three colors to kind of, this is before setting the face, by the way, I was just a bit too fast. And I just go in and I use this to kind of like bronze and contour, and I go on top of my cheekbone, and this is going to give us, but you kind of want to mix and match just to kind of get the shade that you want. I just put this around the perimeters. If you want to snatch that jawline, make sure you're going underneath, not on the side. Sometimes I get the placement wrong, but you know, you live and you learn. And I just go under here. So this is bringing back depth into the face. If you feel like your foundation's gone a bit too light, you can use your contour depending on the shade you have. Sorry, my head is itching, to kind of like bring everything back to make it your tone, as well as bring back warmth into the face. So I'm just using brush and a concealer to just bring it in my nose contour, and that's just like stunning already. I'm going to use another brush to actually blend this in, and I just kind of like, because we set, we have to make sure that there's no demarcation line between the concealed area or the powdered area and the bronzer. So you can see I'm trying to blend the two in together using this brush, and this brush is really good. It's for the MAC is the Morphe and Ariel brush. But see how ooh, this palette you need is almost like the Curve Case, but not as creamy. I haven't used it. I'm thinking whether or not I should get it or not. But I'm contemplating between that and the P. Louise bronzers, because P. Louise is black bronzers as well. I don't know which one I want to invest in. But this is again another beginner friendly product, because you can mix and match to kind of find your shade or do what you need to do to get like a nice kind of like bronzy look. But just see how we've brought back a bit more warmth into the face. And for this part of the face, I'm just going to grab another brush, because obviously it's just a bit smaller, and use that to blend in what we placed on the sides of our nose. Just make sure it's just blended. You can just bring it into the eyebrows, create more of a seamless blend. But yeah, so to set this area, I normally use the One Size, what do you call this, Made for Shade Bronze and Sculpt Trio. You use the same brush that we used to blend this area, and just go on top, because you just want to make sure that you're setting all your creams and all your liquids. Just don't do it in the order that I did. Just trying to create a nice gradual blend between the highlighted area and the bronze / contour area. That's why I'm going a little bit just under the eyes. So it's kind of like gradual. I'll just go a bit deeper when I get to the outer perimeters of the face. Again, this is just how I kind of like do it. As you can see, we've left this isolated area here a bit lighter because, again, we want to kind of emphasize the cheekbones. As you can see, we've got a nice little shadow here. That's the reason why I put the concealer under my cheeks. I may not get the terminology right, but you know what I mean, right? Then get a smaller brush just to set. You don't necessarily need this product. Just grab your bronzer, your powder bronzer to set the area. Again, setting all your creams. And that nose is snatched nicely. So snatched, it's so cute. Oh my god. The eyes. So obviously, because I have lash extensions, I'm just gonna go lightly into some concealer. I'm gonna mix this one with Mocha from Too Faced so I can get a nice kind of blend between the two finishes and the two shades. I'm not gonna wait, I'm just gonna go in, use a brush to blend. And I don't blend all the way down the lid because of the lashes, so I just don't want it to get too like dirty and cloggy, because I've seen some on social media and it's like, wow, really? But just blend it enough so that it looks like, you know, you've done something. Just like that, okay? So I'll go to my bronzer. I'm gonna grab the Charlotte Tilbury one today and I haven't set, by the way, my lids. I've just gone straight into the bronzer. So I'm pushing it in. I'm not doing any swipe motions yet because it's still a bit tacky. And then I'm gonna go into a more compact blending brush and then go into a much deeper, just to go deeper into the crease. And I'll just go under the eyes as well. Nice and simple. And if you want, you can just go into a liner. So I'm going to use my Made by Mitchell All Smudge No Budge liner in Black Track. Just go into tight lining. Just going to grab a small brush to blend these two together or smudge out the liner before it dries down. Time for blush. I'm going to use my Juvia's Place Old School, and I'm going to go into Zane and Toby for today's vibe. And blend those, Jesus. And blend those two together. Blush is the first thing to disappear, okay? We set, we go through the day, it's the first thing to go. Hence why I'm going super heavy. Even though in person it looks crazy, okay? Camera probably looks crazy, but this is where I need it to be, okay? So that is literally the face, like almost done, right? So I'm gonna set my face again with airbrush from Charlotte Tilbury. I'm trying to avoid my lashes as much as possible. And then I'm gonna go into mascara. Actually, no, I'm gonna go into setting powder, okay? I'm actually gonna set my face again. I'm gonna go into my H&B Cosmetics pressed powder in the shade Dark. I'm gonna use a brush today just to add and continue to set my under eye, but just in the center, well, just on my under eye, okay? Just to kind of give us again that brightness that we want, and this is also going to give us a nice airbrushed under eye. And then I'm going to go into, so this is also like kind of like my dupe for Charlotte Tilbury. This kind of replaced my Charlotte Tilbury. So this is in shade light medium, and this is going to be more so focused in this center bit here, because as you can see, it's lighter to some extent, okay? These are buildable, they have good coverage, and they're just so light and so silky smooth. Now for the rest of the face, I actually used yesterday Sephora's Matte Powder Foundation in the shade 56.8N, and this is it here. It's almost the same shade as the one size in Deep 5, so I feel like it's going to work. It is very pigmented because obviously it's a powder foundation, and it's quite red, but I like it just to kind of like bring the face together. I'm yet to see how it will perform as a foundation, like all over foundation, but I might get a shade deeper. And it does pick up in the pan a lot as well. I don't know if you guys can see. So it moves around a lot, but it is a nice powder. Look at that. The face is looking stunning. Now we can set the face again. So this time I'm going to use One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray. Stunning. So I'm just going to use whatever's left on my highlight brush to kind of like go on my nose. And just on my cheeks very lightly, just to kind of give the face a bit of glow. For mascara, newness. So we've got the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara, obviously in black. I'm just going to use this for my lower lashes to kind of give them a bit of body. Ooh, and she hella thick. This is my second time using it, and it is actually not that bad. I did get it on sale, and I think I got 25% off. Hope you were able to gather a few gems, a few tips with regards to highlighting and contouring and stuff like that. From what we've done today, the face is looking stunning, it's looking smooth, it's looking very well put together. I'm gonna go do my hair, and we'll come back and do the lips together. So I am back, and it's time to do the lips. Yes, this is what I decided to do. It is what it is, okay? So I'm gonna use two liners, both eyeliners, okay? And one of them is from Made by Mitchell All Smudge No Budge in the shade Tiger Eyes. I kind of use this to line my lips, and this is much deeper. As you can see, it's like a very like deep cool brown. I actually got this from another YouTuber. She uses the high pigmented long wear eyeliner from NARS in a shade Mambo, and we're going to use the side of this pencil to actually blend in dark liner, and it's going to give us this nice like brown. The blend of these two is just stunning. I'm just get my powder brush, and I just kind of go over the edges to kind of just set it with whatever's left on the brush, and it just makes it last longer. And look at that, a wonderful stunning brown liner. I'm actually going to go to glosses today because obviously we don't have the hair. It's windy today, the hair is not out, so I can use a gloss so it's not going to be caught up in my lips. So I'm going to go into this Drip Gloss Drenched from Morphe in a shade, actually I'm going to use the two. So I have two shades. I have one in Cocoa Melt and Drip Naked, and I'm going to use these two to kind of like finish off my lips. So I'm going to use Cocoa Melt to line the lips, and it is a nice kind of like brown, a very nice brown, and it's so like hydrating and moisturizing. I've used it like a couple times now, and I really enjoy the feel and texture. It's not sticky, it's just really nice and comfortable. I'm going into Naked Drip, and that's just giving us pigment straight away. I said, look at that. And make sure your lips are very well scrubbed, moisturized, balmed up and everything, because also when you're using glosses can call you out as well as lipsticks, because if your lips are too dry she gonna let you know, okay? But yeah, that is the lip combo. Because it's so high shine, I don't really need to go into a clear gloss. It's just so stunning. Like, look at that. It's a really good gloss. But yes guys, this is the finished look. I don't know about the earrings yet, but we're gonna keep as is. This is a full face of products that I'm actually loving right now, and it's also long lasting. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you so much for staying to the end of the video. Again, for those that are new here, please do not forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video, and if you have any comments or questions, please put them in the comment section below. For my OGs, for my returners, for my day ones, thank you so much for coming back, and thank you so much for supporting your girl, because we are growing and I'm very happy about that. I'm gonna go. Hopefully the face is serving, and I shall see you guys in my next video. Toodles. And we did this in less than 40 minutes, period.